Right, let's take a look at the grid, shall we, for Beweave It or Not. Ramen is good. Ramen is good. I had sausages. It is a blank grid, just 1 to 12, A to L. Lovely. Okay, so let's take a look at the preamble. In this diagramless bar-style puzzle, the clue for each row and column actually consists of 2 clues. In some cases, we've set the clues side by side without indicating the location of the break between them. The solver must weave together the 2 clues' answers without changing the order of the answers' respective letters to form a new one-word grid entry. For example, the answers selling and hacks can be woven into the grid entry ShELLackINGs, because there's no anagramming that's going on, that's just weaving the 2 words' letters together. And funnily enough, I was doing something very similar in Lingo last night, actually, in a way. In all other cases, we've woven the 2 clues together without changing the order of the clues' respective words. The solver must unweave the clues and enter both answers in the indicated row or column. For example, the clues Gore's version of recipe and German sausage is declared worst, which have the answers Pierce and worst, might have been woven together as Gore's German version of sausage recipe is declared worst. The pattern of bars is symmetrical if rotated about 180 degrees, and oh, good. So, in essence, there will be weaving going on in each clue. In some clues, it will be the words of the 2 clues themselves interweaved. In some of them, it will be the clues will be normal, but the answers get interweaved. Good luck, everyone. Good evening, Katus. Hi, Al. Shush, Waterfall, shush. Good evening, Liari. Hey, you can't get away from me today. No, you just can't get away. I'm just going to grab a couple of cans, just in case. Oh, hang on, there isn't a 7 down. But there is an L down, and that actually might be more relevant. Let's just grab them. They're ready. Evening, Puzzle Cheater. It is going to be an interesting one, but I have solved one of the clues already. When I prepped it, 1 clue leapt out. So I'm going to do that clue, and then probably no others. Over to you for all the rest. Allow me first to go with all the clues when I get stuck over to you. But let's take a look at the clues. And the one that I can spot is this 3 across. Regret way jeans material is dug over in France. Now, I am going to be inserting a lot of columns and a lot of rows in this one, because I think this one would be regret way in France for a 3, so actually that will go here, and then jeans material is dug over. Those are all the other words, and that's 5, because I can separate out those 2 clues. Go for those answers if you think you know them. Jeans material is dug over. If you dig something, you mine it. So mined in the past tense, and it's reversed because it is over. So mined becomes denim. And regret way in France is a rue. So I think we've got those 2. We can't put them in the grid yet, but they will go there. So that's a nice way of showing what's going on. Good luck to us for the rest. 1 across. Beverage company. Doubled bill for $5. Head of accounting sees clumsy artifice. This is going to be essentially definition heavy, isn't it? If we can find the definitions, then we can work out the words that go with each clue. That is excellent, Waterfall. That is excellent and nearly made me choke on my coffee. No hiccuping today. This is good. I had the hiccups right before yesterday's stream. Evening Catnip. Beverage company. So it's going to be like Coca-Cola or Pepsi or something like that. Doubled. But we don't even know if the clues... if the words go in the clue. Head of accounting feels like A, but it could be head of C's. Accounting may be in an entirely different part of the clue. The fact that the pattern of bars is symmetrical is going to be very useful because it means it's going to be slightly less useful than I thought. But if we get a full grid spanner, we know at least that we get a full grid spanner on the other side. Okay, so that one not so useful. Peg at a couple of theatres saw features Karloff's Boris Hart's and concerning Mr. Cheney. Now we have Don there. Mr. Cheney is Don, so is there an answer of Don somewhere in there? Mr. Karloff is Boris Karloff, but Karloff's heart could be L. Oh no, hang on, isn't there a Len Cheney or something like that? Is there a Lon Cheney? Lon, Len, Lon. Is there a Lon? Good, because I want there to be a Lon. Because Karloff's heart is L, and if something's concerning something, it's on. So I think this is going to be a clue that that are side by side, and all we have to do is work out where the break is, and then we're going to interweave the answers. So I think that's going to be Lon. So Peg at a couple of theatres saw features. Teeth. Because a saw has teeth. A T. Yes, there we go. Here we go. He solved it, everybody. Peg is a T as in golf. A couple of theatres, the first two letters of theatres, TH. And saw features a T, TF. So now we need to combine them. Teeth and Lon become telethon. So that is what we're going to put in there. Oh, I solved a thing. That feels really satisfying. It'll be the only time I do it. I do apologise. Don't know where it goes in there, but we do know we've got an 8-letter word, telethon, in there. Nice. 4. I'm quite liking gaps at the moment, so let's put lots of gaps in. Friends slap around a gentleman without a hint of equivocation. Stand back. Now, of course, the way it's been given, 5, 3, 7, 5, we assume that it's two different things, but 4, 3 could just be look out, couldn't it? No, it couldn't actually, could it? Because we do have two. Yeah, we do always have two clues, so it is two different clues at least. Friends slap around. Well, that is... Friends slap around on its own just works. Because it then... Whoops. Then you get pals. Okay, so if that is pals... A gentleman, without hint of equivocation, stand back. Gentleman, I want to be either man or maybe he. Back could mean reversal, but I kind of want the definition to be stand back. A gentleman without a hint of equivocation. So I'm going to take the E out of something. So mal from male. A sir? I want it to be sir. Because I can get spirals. So I'm playing the word game now. I want it to be sir now. Oh, it's rise backwards without E. Oh, he's done that. Do the thing, everybody. How does this clue work? You can tell me now. There we go. So friends slap around, that's just pals backwards. Slap backwards becomes pals. A gentleman is going to be a sir. Without a hint of equivocation, so that's E, we're going to take E out of stand, which is rise, but it's back. It is reversed. So we've got spiral. Z. Good. But again, can't put it anywhere because of course we're just doing the acrosses. But that, yeah, those are going to be the easier ones, aren't they? Because of course it is just first clue, second clue, and then weave the answer. That's always going to be easier. Okay. Echo Peter, a bastard heartlessly blaspheming the work of doctors. Echo Peter, a bastard heartlessly blaspheming the work of doctors. Oh, okay. Okay. So, the first answer is repeat. Because it is an anagram of Peter A and it means echo. And I assume bastard, if something's bastard, it's corrupt. So have we got again a nice break in the clues? Could heartlessly be an anagram indicator? Because I'm just wondering, having three, I was going to say three of these on the chop, but it's not, of course, because I just did three across first. Oh, and I've got the other half. Go for the second half of 5 if you've got it. I have got it. I don't know what the weaved together word is, but curse you if you've got the second half. Yes, there you go. Curing. It's cursing. Blaspheming is cursing, but it's heartlessly. So we take out the middle letter and we're going to get curing. And now I need to interweave these. But at least once I do that, I can put it in the grid because it's a grid spanner. Which I think means that 7 must also be a grid spanner because the pattern of bars will be symmetric. Recuperating. That's your spanner. There we go. Okay. I'm enjoying this crossword more than I thought based on the preamble, I will say. But then I haven't got stuck yet. I got stuck on one across, sure. But, interesting. A cooking instruction. Blend third of ferrous nitrate into bottom layer, causing controversies. Yes, right. Well, this feels like a weaved clue. What, blend third of ferrous nitrate into bottom layer as famous last words? I'm not a fan of cooking. Just it's a lot of faff. It's a lot of stress. It's hard work, and it takes 3 times longer than what it does to eat the thing you've just done. It's just why, and they just have to do it again 6 hours, 12 hours, 24 hours later. It's just a never-ending cycle. Cooking is a chore. So, cooking instruction of just eat. Quite happy with that catnip. The third of... I was thinking third of ferrous or third of nitrate, but thinking, well, they haven't got 6 letters. But of course, you could just take the third letters. There could just be R or T of ferrous or nitrate. So yeah, not getting that, but once I get some crosses, Faddy's got it, but we're going to leave that entirely alone. It's now time for the 2 7 acrosses. Well, if this is a kind of 7 up, then this is 7 across doubled because we've got to weave it. Weave. The French right-wingers hail Cone. Go on. That's ridiculous. The French right-wingers hail Cone. Go on. That's ridiculous. Right wingers. Hail. Okay. I want cones, C-O-E-N-S, to be anagrammed. So cones, maybe, or scone. And the French hail could be leave, because the French L-E, hail could be Ave, as in Hail Caesar. But I don't see where the definition of leave is. I think the clues are interweaved here. No, it's just go, isn't it? Okay. And that's probably what you were telling me in the chat, but I haven't seen it, honest. The French, that's le, hail, ave, and then go. That leaves right wingers, cones, on, that's ridiculous. And that does give us a 7 to work with. Let me put them this way round, because this is the 7. So it's an anagram of cones and on, and it's got to be right wingers. Oh, wow. Okay. Yes, got it. And it is. That is exactly. Leave is correct. Go for 7 across, or the first part of 7 across. It is. It starts with N. It's not just conservatives. It's neocons. That's a word, isn't it? Which of these would you watch? Neocons leave. But the best thing about this line is I can just bung it in. Neocons leave. Not if I do it like that. Now, I'm a bit concerned because 6 is 7, 5. So these have got to be woven together. But how does this work with the bars? Because I would want it, it's got to be 7 is the opposite of 6. So if I put a bar here, I need to put a bar here. So surely this should be 5, 7. Okay. Does it tell us? Without changing the order of the clues' respective words, the solver must unweave the clues and enter both answers in the indicated row or column. It's because it says 6 and 5 here and 6, 5, so I assumed... but it is German. So, yeah, okay, well, yes, it must be an unknown order then. Fine, we've learned that. Because I'm going to put the bars in, so let me just do that. Because we can put a bar in here, and then we have a bar in here as a result. But if it's weaved, like recuperating, then we wouldn't put a bar in, I don't think. We'll find out. 8. Blackmail former spouse with never-ending cake, expensive nuts, and empty perfume containers. I mean, that's just delightful anyway. Blackmail former spouse with never-ending cake, expensive nuts, and empty perfume containers. Okay. Former spouse is going to be an X. Aha. Okay. I'm putting a break in between the two words there because we know that it's got to be a grid spanner because it's the symmetric thing to there. So blackmail is your definition. Former spouse is an X, and a never-ending cake, which is always an excellent idea, is a tort, T-O-R-T-E, take off the last letter, extort. But what about the second half? Expensive nuts and empty perfume containers. Well, there you go, catnip. That is all linguistically sound. Expensive. I want to be dear. Nuts. Anagram indicator. Maybe nuts and empty. E. But it could be telling us to empty the word perfume or nuts. Okay. No. Because the word and. Perfume containers or just containers is the answer. Extort. Whatever we do, we'll be weaving the letters in and amongst extort. First letter, please, of 8B. Expensive. Dear, steep, costly. I mean, where do you keep perfume? You keep it in a bottle. Yeah, I'm trying to work out what you can weave into extort, but I haven't worked that out yet. So P is our first letter. Empty perfume, P-E. Pecans. So your containers are cans. So empty perfume, P-E. Your containers are cans. Thank you, Meredith, et al. So... Expectorant? Is that a word? Can you be an expectorant? I'm going to look that up in Chambers. Expectorant. An expectorant tending to promote expectoration, or a medicine that promotes expectoration, and that means something. Stuff that comes out of the lungs by coughing is to expectorate. To expel from the chest, air passages, or lungs by coughing. Lovely. But it works. Expectorants, that's your 8 across. There we go. Nice. Oh dear. Whoops. Despicable, evil, corrupt Chicago attorneys smuggling grass. I will say there's some excellent services going on in here. Well done, Bob Stigger, for the excellent services. Despicable, evil, corrupt Chicago attorneys smuggling grass. Now, do we know what 4 is? So we've got a 7, so this is probably going to be 2 clues chopped together. Sorry, 2 clues entirely separate, and we're going to chop together the answer. Okay. Okay, yes, I think it is. I think I'm going to put in a break here. I am not a nut expert. So I don't know the prices of nuts, but I am not a nut expert. That's a raid phrase. I am not a nut expert. That is first raid phrase there. I didn't know the pecans were expensive. Had no idea. Go for either half of 9 if you think you've got them. I think despicable, evil, corrupt is just an anagram of evil, and it's vile. And then Chicago attorneys, is it my favourite? I'm hoping it's oat. And then we'll get... what will we get, though? Violate. There's your weaved together word. There we go. And I very much get a +1. Not a +1/2. It wasn't half a clue. That's definitely 2 clues. Evening 5-4. If you want to see the full set of instructions for this clue, for this crossword, type exclamation mark blurb, and it'll take you to a page where you can see them. Basically, there's weaving going on either in the clues or in the answers. Violate, that goes somewhere in there, but we don't know where. Bovine is covered with sticky metallic stuff, almost pure poison. Bovine is covered with sticky metallic stuff, almost pure poison. I think the clues are woven together here. That's my current thought. Because those, I'm not seeing a nice point to chop this into, this clue. And pure and poison, I don't want to be in the same thing. I like almost pure or almost poison to do a thing. And those clues are going to be inevitably trickier. No, Catnip, go to bed. Go to bed. I am honoured that you are here. Look after yourself. Have a good, long sleep. I, instead, last night played more Blueprints, and I regret that at this particular moment in time. I regretted it at the time as well, actually, because I didn't do the thing I wanted to do. But, I'm quite tired. A first responder hands me John Wayne's carved boomerangs. The third is missing. Good surfaces today. Very good surfaces. Well, chat, make sure you give me a list of rate phrases. Oh! Yes, I'm going to skip 11. Muppet. Actually, there is a Muppet. Is it going to be Elmo? Because a Muppet and 4 letters could be Elmo. Soccer mom rides vacuous sons about light for tanning bed that's too short for a Muppet. Got to be Elmo, surely. Light for a tanning bed is UV. What's the word soccer doing? Vacuous, so we're going to take the middle out of something, so RS or SS. Or it could be about light LT, it could be nowhere near, of course. Light for tanning bed, UV. Oh, it's SUVs. Okay. Soccer mom rides. That's your definition. You know, the big hulking SUVs. Chelsea tractors is another term for them in the UK. Vacuous sons, just the S and the S, and it's about the light for the tanning bed. UV. So there we go. Hi Manic, good evening. I played more Blueprints last night. And I didn't do the thing that I was hoping to do. That's too short for a Muppet. I can't think of any other. Bert. Oh, it's not where I had it. It's not where I had it. It is here. It's bed that's too short for a Muppet. That's good. So the light for tanning is your UV. Birth is your bed, and it's too short to take off the last letter, and you get Bert. That's nice. Poor Elmo. So subverts is what is going to go in there, which are like adverts, but less, but on a submarine. Subverts. You don't see them very often. The adverts are on the outside of the submarine, but of course you just don't see them very often. You did, and it was you, Catnip, saying, oh, there are other 4-letter Muppets. Made me go, okay, what if it wasn't Elmo? I'm not even going to think about that, Frederick. A first responder hands me John Wayne's carved boomerangs. The third is missing. Okay. First responder EMT. I'm just wondering. I'll tell you what I'm going to do. So I'm actually going to quickly go through. For these, so I'm going to put telethon in just randomly. It's probably not going to go exactly there, but it's just to remind me that I've got a 2 across that is telethon, because it's going to help me when I come to the downs, because I know I can shift that telethon on and around a bit. And I'm only going to do it for like quite long words, so I'm not going to do it for denim and rude. There's too much play in that. But spirals, recuperating, neocons. Oh, that's fine. That's in there. Oh, so we don't know which way around this goes either. So it could be the other. It could be leave and neocons here, couldn't it? Fine. I'll keep that in for now, but I must remember that. Violate would therefore, if that goes there, then that would go here. And then subverts, for example. You think that it would have to go the other way around. We will. It'll be the crossings will tell us everything when we get there. A first responder, an EMT, hands me John Wayne's carved boomerangs. The third is missing. No, just going to run away from that. Going to run away from that. Okay, those are the acrosses. Time for the downs. Frodo's feathered friend, initially left out, got the nod over travel writer. So that N may or may not be there. And of course it could be 5 here or 5 here. But that E is definitely there. Going to come back to that. I'm not spotting everything. Frodo's feathered friend would possibly be an eagle. Okay. Or if it's Frodo, the definition's like hobbit and a feathered friend minus the first letter. Got the nod over travel writer. No, going to come back to that one. Praise revised index to time life article content. Praise revised index to time life article content. Ha 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 ha. Okay. Okay. Right. Bear with. I'm immediately going ding, and I'm very, very pleased with this. I've spotted a hidden, and it's not even together. I'm very happy with that. Bye, Catnip. Have a good evening. If you praise index to life, and that's content. It really does, effrontery, but no, I shall restrain myself. Because it's extol, and that's in there. Very pleased with that. But all that leaves is revised life. Oh, article. So is that going to be a file? I think it has to be that way round, doesn't it? Oh, sorry, revised time article. Oh, then, okay, fine, yeah, emit. Item. Good, so extol looks like it goes here. Which is good, that does not clash with violate. I accidentally put a thing there. So we'll go there and there, which means that we would put in one here and here. So yeah, that leave isn't looking good in terms of, well, no, it could be a break there, couldn't there? An item could still go there or there. So that's good. Ghost pepper added to very acceptable seafood chowders. Redolent as Boston's originals. I don't know what redolent means. Ghost pepper added to very acceptable seafood chowders. Redolent as Boston's original. It means donut again. Sorry, yes, of course, I should have realised that, yes. It's dole inside rent. That's what redolent means. What is very acceptable? Pepper could just be P. V could be very acceptable. Could be U, as in you and non-U. Seafood chowders. Bisques. Oh yeah, that E for neocons was and leave. It's both in the same place, isn't it? How annoying. Okay, not spotting that. A lot of you are, but I'm waiting for an aha moment, so I will come back to that one. Sorry, everyone. Lay the First Lady, designed for Whitney Houston's centerpiece, days before the holidays. Okay. Days before the holidays are Eve's. So that must be one of them, especially... I could go here. Can't go there, actually, because we couldn't fit telethon in with the V. So it would have to go here, and it would work with the violate, you know, for Eve's. So I'd be very happy with Eve's. Now, why is it Eve's? Houston's centerpiece is S. Is there an Eve Whitney? Oh, hang on. Okay, it's just okay. Oh, ooh, right. Okay. Right. Typing. So it's just. I don't know where the is going to go. Let's go with the First Lady. Houston's centerpiece. Days before the yada yada yada. That for me is Eve's. So that leaves lay, possibly the designed. Oh, it's going to be Isle or Eli for Whitney. Is there an Eli Whitney? Because I can believe that. There is. Good. And I think that's now going to shove a lot of things in. Because that's going to go... because that L-E-A-V... Oh, that V could go there. So we could have Eve's here. Okay, so I can't do that with violate yet, because that doesn't help with leave. And Eli... Eli will probably go here, and it will give us... it could go here. There's still lots of options, but I at least know it's Eve's and Eli. And I'm not going to go gung-ho into making more mistakes than I need to. US copies, tricky, sophistic Islamic rulers lip service, ultimately escalating. US copies, tricky, sophistic Islamic rulers lip service, ultimately escalating. I'm getting rid of that because it's just annoying me. Get rid of those lines as well. Probably find out it was right now, but for now. And that violate is absolutely not going to go there. Those crosses are pretty bad. So is an Islamic ruler, an emir, lip service. So is that going to be out loud? Oh, hang on. Hang on, have we got an anagram indicator with tricky? So US copies would be an anagram, and it's going to mean like sophistic, which, yeah, okay, that is what is going on. Commonly people will say Eli Whitney invented the cotton gin, but there had been versions of cotton gins for a long time. He invented a new and better version, but not the concept himself. That is often the way, isn't it? It is the person who puts like the definitive quantum leap forward, which that phrase annoys me because quantum means very small. So a quantum leap should really be a very small leap, but quantum leap now means a huge leap. So that annoys me as well. Anyway, the person who puts a big change in, like, I don't know, iPhones. Like, that was a massive step up, or iPads, that sort of thing. Anyway, specious is this anagram of US copies, because it is tricky, and it means sophistic. Now, I don't know what either sophistic or specious means, but I'm prepared to believe they mean the same thing. The origin of specious is excellent, excellent joke. Yes, Waterfall. Actually, that is a lovely American style clue for like deep breath, quantum of solace, question mark. Great clue for deep breath. Anyway, so Islamic rulers, lip service ultimately escalating. EPR, no. What is going on here? Why can't I work it out? Well, this tells us that 8-4, it's going in here. SPE. Oh. SP. Have I spelt it wrong? IOUS. SPEC. The C. Am I looking at the wrong column? Oh. No. Yes, of course it does. Of course it does. Okay, now I'd forgotten that this. It's only the gimmick. It's only the gimmick. I'd entirely forgotten. Right. First letter of this other half, please, of part 2. Islamic rulers' lip service ultimately escalating. Don't really know what's going on. Oh. Is it Emir? And if so, why? Because that's your Islamic ruler, but lip service. Oh, the lip is a rim. And then service ultimately, and it's all escalating. Oh, should be able to get that. Should be able to get that. Okay, good. Right, I need to now blend them. And so it's a total of 12 letters, so it is a grid spanner. Semi-precious. I feel like Foggy's done this exact thing. Semi-precious. I feel like I've seen that in a Foggy. Now, here we go. S, let's shove you one space this way. But we don't know which way yet. M. I was waiting for a joke there from Fine Four, but no, it was an actual thing. Semi, I think that's got to go there, except not there. How about there? Semi. And then the violate moves over one. Yeah, because that subverts and that telethon, they are now symmetric, so I'm happy with that. Violate and spirals, those are also symmetric, so I'm happy with those. So let's go for it, you know. Live a little now that we've got some decent evidence. And then, as Catus is absolutely saying, neocons and leave. Oh, neocons. No, so that is leave. And neocons. So it is that way round. And then we can put one in the opposite position there. Good, 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 good. Gawk, when celebrity Tom Brokaw shows place in the rear of the graveyard. Brokaw, thank you. And so stare is going to be Gawk. That's going to go there. But why? So Gawk, when celebrity star place in the rear for E, or no, rear of the, yes, rear of the, and then that gives Tom Brokaw shows place in the graveyard. Because that is going to be stare. And it's a tomb! I'm still going to give myself a +1 because I hadn't put it together. Now that I've seen the clue, I'm giving myself a +1, lending more credence to getting +2 for the other one. But place in the graveyard is a tomb, and it's in Tom Brokaw. So we have stare here and tomb. What do you mean beans it? What does that mean? So we've got a 4 here and a 5 here, which I think... yes. So it's not tomb. Going back. Okay, Gawk. So when... Oh, wow. Okay, definitely taking the +1 away from that. Back down to 2. When Tom Brokaw shows place in the graveyard, Entomb, lovely, 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 lovely. And so stare, and then we get Entomb there. Lovely, 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 lovely. Nice. Because that did also break the grid very slightly if you did that. Whoops. You'd have cut off these bits. Entomb. So we've got a 6 here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And a 5 here. Is that right? 5 and a 6. There's your other one. There we go. I knew there was one. Stare. Good. Words can be verbs and nouns. Sometimes even at the same time. Popeye's croaky girlfriend, a nag, said nothing bright. Okay. So Olive is Popeye's girlfriend. Is croaky going to go in there to say it out loud or something? Well, there's your Olive. and then it's horse, because that is so okay. So it's croaky, because that's horse. A nag said, and that leaves okay, Popeye's girlfriend. Nothing bright. And nothing is O, and bright is live, like a real live wire. So we've got olive there, and we've got horse here. There we go, olive horse, lovely. Well, you know. Grabbed by the neck, say, a tough green snake that's left ship. Grabbed by the neck, say, a tough green snake that's left ship. We know this has to be a spanner as well. So this should be two clues side by side, and we're going to interweave the words together. We know it's a spanner because E is all one, so therefore that has to be all one. Grabbed by the neck, say, a tough green snake that's left ship. S-T-R-A-N-G-L-E. It's not strangled, because that's 9. A tough green snake, it's sort of a bow. That could just be a tough bow. So I'm trying to work out what this long word is, and it's not going well for me. Oh, collared. Grabbed by the neck could be collared. And boat. That's a boat somehow becomes boa, or yeah, boat. Because a green snake is a boa. Don't know where the word tough is going in. That's left. The left letter of that is T, and so you get a ship, boat, and we're going to get collaborated if we do that. He's put it together, folks. Grabbed by the neck, say, a tough. Where's a tough green is a collard? I've never heard of that. Don't know what that means, so moving on. But a snake, so it's not a tough green snake, it's just snake. But that's going to be collaborated. Good morning, poker nuts. Rise and shine. It's a beautiful day ahead, and the world is burning. Hope you're doing well. Bird refuge in Nebraska, a natural resource and/or energy state. I want it to be a nest for a couple of reasons. One, I can see it there, and a bird refuge would be a nest. Nebraska is NE. Is that the 2-letter abbreviation for Nebraska? And then ST for state. Do we know what has happened with D? What happened with D? That was just a 4 and a 3. So this is just a 4 and a 3. So state, I want that to be ST. So I think that's bird refuge in Nebraska state. And then I want everything else to go in the other clue. A natural resource and/or energy. Gas. Is that just gas? Have we got gas? No, it isn't gas because it won't fit. Or, it's just or, isn't it? It's the word or and E for energy. So it's both a natural resource, which is an or energy, or E. So that goes here. And hopefully the 3-letter here, which is Eli, will go here. That's good because that is its counter in the grid, and Nest should go here, so we should have Eves here, which we do. That is good. Oh, I missed one. So I'm assuming so, but I was thinking, oh, that could be a word, but that's probably not a word. So yeah, let's put those three in and those three. Redding got his intros off 2 cuts from Credence and Single Witchy Woman. Do we know what's happening with C? No, we don't. Okay. Okay. I'm going to break the clues here. I think we've got crone. 2 cuts from Credence will be CR, and a single would be 1, and a witchy woman would be a crone. Redding must be Otis got his intros off. So it's got his, but without the first letters of. So it's OT from got and IS from his becomes Otis. Okay, and what do you get when you get cortisone when you weave them together? And that's going to go here. Nice. Okay, and we can put in the other half, of course, as well. And those two, I guess. So that would be and that would be those. Okay, Avis Reynolds falsified credit obtaining new branded card. I'm looking forward to doing a crossword where I don't have to consider how many clues are in each actual clue. Avis Reynolds falsified credit obtaining new branded card. We do know that it's a 5 here and a 4 somewhere in here. So we do know that we've got 2 weaved together clues. We do know that. Okay. Avis falsified card would be a Visa. So, Reynolds credit obtaining new branded. Oh, it could be a branded card, actually. Because that feels better. Branded card would go there. Reynolds credit obtaining new. Is it going to be? It can't be Ryan. Is there a Brian Reynolds? Credit. Need an N in there. Is it a hidden? Picked exactly the wrong word. Okay. So, what have I done wrong? Avis. I guess falsified could go in the other one, and new could go. It could be Avis new branded card, and then Reynolds falsified credit. But then what's obtaining doing? So what was the other option? Reynolds falsified credit. Obtaining. Possibly branded. Visa? Oh, visas are everywhere. Credit. Is it a hidden? Needs an N. Where's the N going? Oh, he's not spotted it. I'll tell you what I am going to do. I'm going to just put the word Visa in here and buy a few extra seconds. Their credit. The Visa is a card. It's a debit card. Okay. Why would debit be useful? I have no idea what. I have no idea what's going on. First letter, please, for this other half of the clue. Debit? But where does the N go in? N might be elsewhere. Credit. Oh, okay. Okay, let's remove credit. I'll keep that in capitals. But then I'm left with very little. So Reynolds. I mean, where's falsified going? So let's go with Avis. Falsified credit card. And not the branded. And so that gives me Reynolds obtaining new branded. Shush, everyone. Shush! Ryan Reynolds again. So it's just putting N in this Reynolds person, and I get branded. Debbie Reynolds. Branded. If you're branded, you're marked. You are Burt Reynolds, and then you get burnt. Thank you. I needed the moustache clue there. There we go. Well, I had been doing well. I had to average it out. There we go. So we've got a 4 up here and then a 5. Do I know what that 4 is from B? Yes, it's item. Obviously couldn't place it earlier, but now I can. Last set of clues. Now, if this is L down and I have a can of 7-Up, this is a first. This is L down. This is down. There you go. This is actually this clue. Hooray! Brilliant. Geneva's struggling drive-in chain pays back with counterfeit coins. Geneva's struggling drive-in chain pays back with counterfeit coins. It really does, Kate. It really does. And there's the thing. Okay. Okay. Avenges is an anagram of Geneva. Geneva's A-V-E-N-G-E. So we've got Avenges going on. So Geneva's struggling pays back, I think, and then drive-in chain with counterfeit coins. That feels like the weave that's gone on. And Avenges will have to go here. There, and we could put a 5 in here. Oh, Sonic. I have had a Sonic burger. There you go. So that is going to go there as your drive-in chain in America. Is that what you would have said, Michael? I think I can put that there, that there. Briefly, indeed. Yeah, and if you want horrible, unsettling teeth, I am here several nights a week. In fact, so is all of Britain. Making the joke before you lot do. Okay, that hasn't been a terrible set of passes, so here we go. Beverage company doubled bill for $5. Head of accounting sees clumsy artifice. Whew. 7 and 5 is 12 letters, so we have grid spanners. So that is either the 7 or that is either the 7. Okay. Okay. That's Coco. So it's not beverage company. No, no. It is beverage. Company is co, and it is doubled. So we get CO. And then the head of accounting is the A. So we are left with, so we get beverage company doubled head of accounting. I think I'll need 2 lines for this next bit. And 1 for spacing. So we are left with bill for $5. C's clumsy artifice. How is that on 2 lines? It's all the words, and it's on 2 lines instead of 3. Anyway, I don't know. Beverage company doubled bill for $5. Head of accounting, C's clumsy artifice. Okay, so that is Coco. Bill for $5. C's clumsy. Okay, so C's clumsy, anagram of C's, and then artifice. Is it going to be finesse? Is a fin a $5 bill in the States? Fiver is a fin. Okay, why is a fiver a fin? Don't know why that is. Telethon, that's in there. Denim and Rue. Okay, I can put them in now. More oldie-timey slang. Fair enough. And denim goes there, so those 4 go there. 1, 2, 3, 4. We have spirals. We have recuperating. Here we go. So the cooking instruction is going to be based. Well, there we go from Catus. And Archdavis who said it first, but I'm choosing to ignore. Cooking instruction is based. And I think the other half is going to be furores for the causing controversies. Because it is an anagram of ferrous. Wow. Okay. So, how does this shake out? Let's give ourselves a bit of space. I think that must be blend ferrous, just simply blend ferrous, causing controversies. And then that leaves us a cooking instruction, which is going to be base. And then, so no blend. So third of nitrate, that's T, into bottom layer. Oh, base. Okay. Into bottom layer. There you go. So that is the third of nitrate, which is the third letter, which is T, into base. Nice. Hey, if I... oh, you're talking to Liari. No, don't talk to me. No, don't talk to me. Neocons and leave have got the grid of spectrants. Violate we have, and then there's nothing else in that row, so we can just go doot, doot, and also doot, doot there. I'm sorry to hear that you're not doing well, 5-4. Please get better for all of us. I do hope you do. Bovine is covered with sticky metallic stuff, almost pure poison. Well, I can see toxin when I see it. Oh, why did I not put denim in? Yeah, thank you. So, bovine, that's just going to be cow. How do we get to toxin, though? Poison is toxin. Metallic stuff is tin. Oh no, bovine is ox. Okay. Bovine is ox, and it's going to be covered with metallic stuff. And then we get sticky, pure poison? Because that's ox in tin. But I'm not quite sure I've done that right. So sticky, just sticky stuff. Sticky stuff, because I want it to be goo. Yeah, and I don't know why I've put poison there. Bovine is covered with metallic poison. Oh, and I've missed almost. Almost pure. Almost. And so it's going to be good minus its last letter for goo. Good. Becomes goo. 11, we have subverts, so I can put them on there and do that. Okay, a first responder, so it's going to be to do with Medivac then. Oops. So we've got Medivac. Don't know what the other half is going to be. It's sticky on its own, doesn't clue glue. I agree with Kata. Stuff on its own doesn't clue. I think you have to have sticky stuff for goo. I agreed, though, with metallic. But sticky on its own... Anyway, something is slightly not quite right there, but I'm not quite sure one. Yeah. Stanic is also the adjectival form of tin, but tin is also an adjectival form of tin, so that works. Medivac, a first responder. Hands me. Carved boomerangs, i.e. goes backwards, but the third is missing. So that's carved backwards without its third. Okay, so a first responder. Don't know where hands is going to go. I'm going to say the hands is on the other half. Me, carved boomerangs, the third is missing. And then that leaves us with hands, John Wayne's. That's it. Uh-oh. I hope so, Liari. I hope so. I don't think there's much longer to go on this. So we should indeed have time. Is it... am I going to need to know John Wayne's nickname or something like that? Probably. Yes, knowledge. And I have a feeling I don't have said knowledge. First letter, please. John Wayne's nickname. D. I'm almost tempted to say I should do it after I get the downs, but can't be bothered now. We've started. Second letter, please. Ducks. Next. Oh, John Wayne was the Duke. So you put up your dukes. Thank you for that clue. So he must have been the Duke, John Wayne the Duke. There we go. Cool. So that's all the acrosses now done. He says just going for a quick check. Yeah, and let's do final pass of the downs then. Frodo's feathered friend initially left out got the nod over travel writer. Okay. So I can see the word fledged in the grid. And that's going to be feathered friend left, I think. It's at least... out could be an anagram. Okay. Is there a Fodor who is a travel writer? F-O-D-O-R. Because if Frodo is out with an anagram of Frodo... Fodor's travel guide. Okay. So anagram of Frodo then. Frodo's out travel writer. And then everything else. Feathered friend. Initially left. Got the nod over. Nod over. So Initially left is L. Feathered friend. So that was Fodor. Wrong way. It is fledged though, isn't it? Left doesn't need initially, but Fodor doesn't need initially either. To fledge is to be like a bird. To fledge, that's to leave. But is there another meaning that I haven't taken into account then? So where do I cut the definition? After left. Feathered friend left, then, but then I don't know what initially is doing in the grid. Way too far. Oh, just feathered? Really? So friend initially is F, L for left, and then got the nod over is edged. If you got the nod over someone, you just briefly pip them to the post, you edged them. So if you fledge, you also gain feathers. The chick has fledged. They have feathers now. So feathered is fledged. Okay, there we go. Thank you very much. That looks like the word scrapbook, doesn't it? Oh, yes, it does. Okay, so we have ghost that is going to be a spook. And crab is going to be the other half. So we've got spook and crab for scrapbook. But how do we split the clues? Oh, we don't, because it's the gimmick, isn't it? So it is spook and crab, and it's the first letters of Chowder's, Redolent as Boston's. Those are the originals. So I can get rid of that. So I can chop it there. So ghost is a spook. Pepper is P added to very, which is so, and acceptable, which is okay. And I don't know where the seafood goes. Really? Oh, that's the definition, isn't it? The crab, that it needs a definition, and seafood is your definition there for crab. Good. We've done D, we've done E, we've done F. Have we done everything? Visa burnt and Avengers Sonic. Well, there we are. Beweave It or Not by Bob Stigger. That was a delightful puzzle. I really enjoyed that. That was a lot more fun than I was expecting based on the preamble. Just putting two clues into one was surprisingly delightful. Really nice surfaces as well. Really well done by Bob there. So good.